Hello and welcome to our latest unboxing video. I'm Eliza.
I'm Amber.
And today we have just a big box of kids books. Picture books, chapter books. I guess we'll find out.
Stuff to tide you over while the kids are on vacation.
If you want to keep your kids busy while they're home.
First one, Forgotten Bones, Uncovering a Slave Cemetery. That got dark fast. Huh. This is an interesting kind of book.
So this is actually, and one interesting thing about this is it was on the Schuyler farm, which is the same from the musical Hamilton. So if kids are into Hamilton and they're interested in the Schuyler sisters, this was a slave cemetery that was found on their property, and a lot of people probably don't even realize that, like, the whole story of Hamilton, they're actually like a slaveholding family. And
I was going to say, it looks like a good book for maybe a little bit older.
Definitely for a little bit older. We actually, when we reorganized our kids nonfiction section, we really got rid of sort of all the old and out of date stuff, and now we're just looking for like some good replacements. So that's why we have some sort of, here we have some stuff on North American Indians of the Northeast, and World War II resistant fighters. This is about women who were resistant fighters in World War II. And we're really trying hard not to just like buy a bunch of stuff, but we're trying to look at, like, you know, what's really going to interest kids and get good quality books.
Yeah.
That was my spiel.
So this I know is a replacement. The other one, it's actually like a really heavy book, so the spines break more often. And people love Disney princesses.
Very, very beloved. Those books just keep going. Oh, this is so cute. It's called Our Car. And then on the back it says, what is your car like? And this looks like a picture book for maybe slightly younger kids. And I like the sort of fuzzy art.
It's a little different. It reminds me of Maisie. A little bit.
I really love that cover.
Harold loves his woolly hat.
Aww.
A story about a bear, a woolly hat, and what it means to be truly special. Oh, this is going to be a really fun one to read. Anything that has like the big lettering where you can really yell.
I think we have a couple of these that are all in this series.
And we have some others already. This
is a fairy tale classic series. And so we already have like Cinderella and the Three Bears and Little Red Riding Hood. And I know my kids really like this if you're looking up for like an update, sort of modern, fun version of all the traditional fairy tales. So it looks like they've branched out and now they have Puss in Boots, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella. Oh, I guess we didn't have Cinderella before.
And my favorite, Hansel and Gretel.
Hard to not make that one dark. We have another version of Hansel and Gretel, which I actually just bought like a few years ago. It was a pretty new edition, but it was really dark. They like did not pull any punches. No. But this one I think will probably be a little lighter. All the other ones are just really fun.
Octopants. I really love a book with an octopus in it. Maybe not a loose cover though. And this just looks really funny.
Oh,
like sea creatures wearing knitted clothing.
Sometimes these picture books come with the titles like Octopants, and I'm just like, how has this not already happened? Like, this was just waiting. We've all been waiting for this. Carmela, Full of Wishes, and it looks like this one is by Matt de la Pena, who won the Newbery Award for Market Street. Yeah, he wrote Love and something on Market Street. And then the illustrator is Christian Robinson, who won a Caldecott. Oh, it's the same people who wrote Last Stop on Market Street, and that was an award-winning book, and this one looks like it may follow in its footsteps. The illustrations look really great. Carmela, Full of Wishes.
I feel like they publish really often, don't they? Didn't that book just come out recently?
I think time is just passing at a frightening speed.
That could be. The Only Way is Badger. If it's not black and white, then it's just not right. I can kind of see what direction this book is going to go. I think it's good for little kids to have, you know, books that explore moral issues, judgment.
I feel like specifically my children, sometimes they have a lot of trouble with the whole compromise.
What? What is compromise?
Or like, just like letting things go. More. Oh, this is a chapter book. We're mixing it up, and this is called More Than a Princess, and I love the cover. And Oh.
Oh, cool.
It's from the author who wrote The Frog Princess, which was the inspiration for The Princess and the Frog.
So maybe so this isn't like a sequel.
No, it's just another book by her, and it sounds like it's about a princess. There's some she can draw strength from the wilderness around her, and then she she finds a band of humans, and they think that she's a human, but she's not.
So I know that this is just a replacement. We wanted to get something that was not ripped and torn,
Yeah, we just
and that
had
was a little
really
more modern looking.
Hardcover.
Right.
That's a good cover.
Yeah.
Back to picture books. Small Walt and Mow the Toe. So this is maybe the second book in the Small Walt series.
Good book.
Yeah. Cute illustrations. Reminds me a little of the Mike Mulligan and his steam shovel.
Oh, yeah.
I loved that book.
Ooh, Sanity and Tallulah by Molly Brooks. I'm pretty sure this is a graphic novel.
Yeah.
Best friends, mad science, and they live on a space station.
Oh my god, that looks like so much fun. Like the cover is fun, the premise is fun. This is definitely whiplash. We're going back and forth now. Winter is here. This looks like such a perfect book. We have to get this on the shelf really fast. I mean, I guess there's plenty. There's plenty of winter left, but it just seems like it's the perfect time. Yes, I love Kevin Henke's. This is a different illustrator than I've seen, but okay. Here we go. Pictures.
Winter.
Winter.
I'll take a picture book. It is really a big mix of things. Mm-hmm. Dog on a digger. I like that this is kind of with pencil drawings, because you can go so many different directions with like digger books.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is a wordless book. Those are always up for Caldecots. I'm just saying.
But sometimes they're a little hard to read. But this one looks like the kids will be into it, especially since it's like dogs and diggers is a good combination.
I feel like I always have to put in a little bit more work being the reader, because otherwise it's like, what do you do?
Yeah. I think when kids are a little older, it gets a little easier.
Yeah.
Princess Snowbelle and the Snow Games. So cute. Oh my goodness. There's like horses and a trophy and princesses who are actually little girls. And I don't know. What else do we need to know? Oh no, I flipped right to the end. The trophy breaks. Oh my goodness. Look, there's the king and queen. They're having a party.
Well, I can't take it home now that I know what happens.
Well, we don't really know what happens after that.
The sun is kind of a big deal. And this is a nonfiction book.
Oh.
So I think it's really important that we have some cool, kind of fun solar system books. Because awesome. My son is actually getting into the solar system, like the Earth, and where's Pluto? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know where they put Pluto. It doesn't count anymore. But this looks like...
I know sometimes you have that thing happen where your kids are interested in something and then you find a book on it and start to read it and they're just instantly bored, and this feels like a book that would hold their interest.
And this is the author, the Awkward Yeti. I think that he's known on the internet. But I don't personally know him. The illustrations look really familiar.
Time for Bed, Miyuki. This is such a beautiful book.
Pretty. That looks familiar also. Like someone that we might know.
I don't know. The author, it looks like the author is Roxanne Marie Galvez, and maybe the illustrator is Singson Ratanatha, although it could be the other way around. They don't actually specify.
These are really pretty.
Or maybe they just work together. Look, it's like a fairy tale.
Time for Bed. I wonder if it's you just read it to your kid before bed, maybe.
And they fall asleep.
That would be nice. Adrian Simcox does not have a horse. This
is another one, I think, for kids, maybe for slightly older than the other one we were looking at, but about sort of not necessarily letting things go, because I think it's about a kid who goes to school and tells people he has a horse, and then this girl is like, he doesn't have a horse, and then it turns out that his family is really poor and he just has an imaginary horse, and So she has to sort of learn to...
It's about kindness.
Nice. Yeah. King Alice. Ooh. Matthew Cordell, also a winner of the Caldecott medal. And it's a whole family is stuck indoors on a snow day, and the daughter decides to write a storybook where she is king for the day. I don't know.
Sounds like that could really happen anywhere across the U.S.
Please write a storybook where I'm king for the day.
Interrupting Chicken and the Elephant of Surprise. Sequel to the Caldecott Honor Book?
Yeah, there was a book called Interrupting Chicken, and then this is the sequel. It's called the Elephant of Surprise. Like the element of surprise.
That would have taken me a long time to get.
I worry a little that kids are going to have trouble with that, but I think they explain it in the book. Like, I don't think they expect you to know that. I think they explain about what it means.
I really like the idea of like a book within a book.
And also, if you think about it, the element of surprise could be an elephant, because that would be a surprise in a lot of books.
Maybe.
Door by Ji Hyun Lee. And it says, what's on the other side of the door? There's only one way to find out, a magical tale. Ooh, I'm already intrigued. I'm not going to flip to the end of this one. I'll just flip one more page. Well, no. Okay.
Does it have words in it?
No words.
It says that this is the person who illustrated.
But this is him on the other side of the door.
Pool?
Oh, Pool. We had Pool. That was nice. That was about a kid who swam down to the bottom of a swimming pool and found a magical world.
Cool.
Okay, now we're on chapter books.
Yeah, hopefully. Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. 9 from the 9 worlds. How well do you know the 9 Norse realms?
I don't. Stories.
Are they? Oh, short stories.
I think that's why it says 9. It's like 9 stories. For kids who probably have already read the books and know all the stuff, they can get a little extra.
Okay.
Inkling by Kenneth Opel, who I personally enjoy as an author. I read his, I can't think of what it's called, but it's like a series about an airship, Leviathan maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Airborne. And so this is an illustrated novel about Ethan's best friend, who's whoever he wants to be because he's made entirely out of ink, and his name is Inkling. And I imagine he's going to get him into some sort of trouble.
Is that in his head, or really?
Oh, I have to read the book. Find that out.
2 Roads by Joseph Bruchac, a Creek boy in search of his place in the world.
He's been writing for a long time.
It's historical. It's in 1932.
That's nice. There hasn't been as much
during the Depression,
like kids chapter book historical fiction. So,
and it the main character is sent to a boarding school for Native Americans in Oklahoma. So this looks like a kind of different concept for book.
Oh, we do have another historical fiction note right off the bat. Whinnies Great War, a novel based on the true story of the world's most famous bear, who was a bear found by a soldier named Whinnie, who then stayed with them while they were in the army.
Like Winnie the Pooh?
I think he might have named him after Winnie the Pooh.
This is called Finding Langston. It's a tiny book. When an 11-year-old Langston's mother dies in 1946, they move to Chicago, and he's tormented at school, and he writes poetry. Is
it in verse? It just looks like a book that might be in verse. Oh, no, it's not. I do like the cover, though. I like how it's sort of collage-y.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of... I just said there wasn't very much historical fiction, and then the box was like, I will create historical fiction. Except not this, because it's Diary of a Wimpy Kid. The Meltdown. They just keep coming more and more.
Kids keep reading them.
Kids keep reading them. Everyone likes them. Well, I don't know about everyone, but they keep coming.
Ooh, I really like this cover. Monstrous devices. Ooh. Beware of things that go click in the night.
I do beware of things that go click in the night. That sounds scary.
Oh, there's like an old tin robot that turns up, and it's unusual, and things happen. That reminds me, what movie is coming out? Mortal Engines. Monstrous Devices, Mortal Engines. They sound alike.
Nowhere Boy. Oh, and this is about a kid who's illegal immigrant who ends up somehow getting out of the refugee camp in Belgium, but then he comes from Syria, and then he ends up living in the basement, and then it's about another boy who becomes friends with him. So this is
He lives in America?
No, I think he lives in Belgium. Yeah. Oh, no.
He's in...
the boy is American. I think they're both living in Belgium, but the boy lives in an apartment with his family, and the Syrian boy is hiding in a basement. And
so an unlikely friendship.
Yeah, maybe? And also just a big topical thing, because this is such a huge thing in the news right now, and I think it's really important for kids to start to understand what's going on.
Agreed. Last book, No Slam Dunk by Mike Lupica. Fast-paced, heartfelt story for basketball fans. That's what it says. So that's
it was such a big box, but we did it.
See you later.
Bye.